Hey again. Today I've got a little message about leadership. That's really what I talk about is leadership development. And so I have this distinction between understanding armored leadership versus daring leadership. And I'll start off with a quote from Brene Brown in her book Dare to Lead. And this was so profound. I actually have it in one of my training sessions. This is the final session with the group I'm working with called EQ and Your Leadership. So this quote just jumped out at me. I had to include it. It says, what we learned is that it's not fear that gets in the way of courageous leadership, it's armor. And it's what we do to self protect when we are afraid. Because truthfully, we're all afraid and brave at the same time, all day long, every day. Well, I sure know that. But for some of us, when fear takes over, we are a wreck. We go into transformer mode, ready for battle. And so I am sure a lot of you have witnessed that before with leaders in your life or maybe even yourself. And so understanding what armored leadership is like. So there's a lot of leaders that show up and they're protecting themselves. They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to be shown as weak. Yet, that is not the leadership style of 2022 and beyond. The leadership style that is necessary nowadays is being a daring leader, being open, being vulnerable. So here's a few aspects or concepts of armored leadership. See if they resonate with you. Number one, put on that armor for protection. This is a phrase I heard and I was blown away because I've witnessed it before called cordial hypocrisy. That's when somebody's nice on the outside, but they're going to talk about you in the back behind your back. So, not healthy leadership. Also, being the knower and always right. Sometimes I've seen leaders that said, you know what, just it's my way or the highway, period. Not listening to input from others. And also lack of safety. And so it's do as I say, not as I do. So that really shuts people down. That really is, nowadays, people are leaving employers who have these concepts, or they walk around talking a talk, but they're not walking their talk. And then also shame and blame and pointing fingers. It's not my fault, it's their fault, it's that fault, it's the fault of all these other things. So the polarity of this is daring leadership. And daring, remember the first concept of that is being vulnerable, being able to rumble, being able to say, you know what, I screwed up. Let's talk about this. Let's bring this conversation forward. Let's see what we can do, and being open about yourself. And number two, living your values, really walking your talk. If you say that you have honesty and integrity and respect, it's about you demonstrating those, number one, for yourself and for others as well. And then braving trust. This is really a key aspect of it's demonstrating reliability and accountability and creating that psychological safety, which is our whole theme this month is psychological safety. And then learning to rise, how to pick ourselves back up when things don't turn out. When we say, let's, instead of saying, why me? How did we screw up and beating ourselves up or blaming the team? What can we do different? Let's come together and find solutions together. Let's rise together. So I invite you to look in your own world to see your leadership skills. See if you resonate with either armored leadership or daring leadership. And if you need help with that for you or your team, let me know. I'd be happy to help with you. So until next time, take care and bye for now.